Hello students, this is the first part of similarity of triangles. Similarity of triangles. Yeah, this is a sequence. Nana. First, basic proportionality theorem. Second, converse of basic proportionality theorem. After that, we will start similarity. Similarity of triangles. AAA similarity, SCS similarity, SSS similarity. And next part is application of similarities. Application since Pythagorean theorem, converse of Pythagorean theorem, acute angle triangle theorem, obtuse angle triangle theorem, and Apollonius theorem, and problems based on all these. So before start to similarity of triangles, first of all you want to complete BPT and converse of BPT. Okay. So students, yeah, this is the basic proportionality theorem. I can say T1 theorem number 1 for us. T1 basic proportionality theorem, or sometimes called Thales theorem. Sometimes this is called Thales theorem. Okay. So first of all I want to read the definition. Statement of the theorem: in a triangle, a line drawn parallel to one side will divide other two sides in the same ratio. So first of all I want to explain meaning of the problem. Students, listen. For example, a triangle is given. ABC triangle is given. So on this plane you can draw infinitely many lines. Some of them parallel to one of the sides, say BC. For example, this line is parallel to BC. If these two are parallel, if this line is parallel to BC, this line divide other two sides in the same ratio. Actually, that line intersecting other two sides at E and F. The statement of this theorem saying that AE by EB equal to AF by FC. Okay, any line parallel to one side divide other two sides in the same ratio, means AE by EB equal to AF by FC. That should prove none. To prove this theorem, we need to use two important things. First of all, the acute angle triangle, obtuse angle triangle. For this acute angle, say ABC. So BC is taken as base. From A we need to draw perpendicular. This is taken as height of the triangle or altitude of the triangle. This is height for this base. For example, you want to take AC as the base, then this is not taken as height. For example, AD. You want to take AC as the base of the triangle, you can't say that AD is height. So from B you need to draw perpendicular on side AC, say BE. So BE is now taken as height of the triangle when for the base AC. Similarly, for example, you want to take base as AC, we want to define its height. So from C we need to draw perpendicular on the side AB. So say CF. CF is taken as the height of the triangle. One thing. So if the triangle is acute triangle, all the altitudes are inside. All the altitudes are inside. For example, obtuse angle triangle is given. ABC is obtuse angle triangle. Okay. Now I want to take AC as a base. Now I want to draw altitudes. From B you need to draw perpendicular. This is the one of the altitude. Okay. What is the definition of altitude? From vertex you need to draw perpendicular to opposite side. So now I want to draw altitude for this triangle through A. How can you draw through A? We need to draw a perpendicular which is perpendicular to opposite BC. So what happened? Interesting thing is that the perpendicular is on extended BC. This is the height of the triangle. What is the meaning of that? BE height is inside, AD is outside of this triangle. Similarly, from C I want to draw perpendicular, I want to draw altitude that should be on extended AB only. This is another altitude. This is D, this is F. So one altitude is BE, another is AD, another is CF. So in acute angle triangle, three altitudes are inside, but in obtuse angle triangle only one altitude inside, other two are outside. So point of concurrency of altitudes called orthocenter. If extend all these three, they will meet at a point. This is called orthocenter denoted by O. Here this is the orthocenter. That is one thing. So what I am trying to explain, in obtuse angle triangle, one altitude inside, other two altitudes are outside. Enough. Okay. One thing. Another thing is two triangles with the same base between same parallel and their areas are equal. These theorems already completed in 9th standard. ABC triangle and PBC triangle with the same base BC and between same parallel line their areas are equal, because base is same, no, heights will be same, distance between two parallels are always same, that's why their height should be same, only common base, that's why their area should be same. Or another words you can say that triangles with the same base between same parallel line their areas are equal. Yeah, students, now I want to prove this theorem. First of all, I want a diagram. Students, say this is ABC triangle. Say this is line L, which is parallel to BC. Let it intersect AB at E, and this is at F. First of all, step by step you need to write what is the first step. Means given data should write. Given data, sometimes called hypothesis. Given, what is given should write. Given in triangle ABC, okay, L is parallel to side BC, okay, and L intersecting sides AB, comma AC at E and F. Yeah, next what do you want to prove? That should write an RTP, required to prove. Required to prove AE by EB equal to AF by FC should prove. Construction. Students, yeah, draw FM perpendicular to AB, comma EN perpendicular to AC. Okay, so first of all we need to draw perpendicular this. Join EC and BF, B comma F, that also important. Later I will join that. Okay, proof. Now I want to prove this. Observe, students. Yeah, observe here. Now take this triangle first, this triangle, and this triangle. Okay, so green shaded one is obtuse angle triangle, yellow shaded one is acute angle triangle. Now I want to find the areas. I want to write. Consider area of triangle AEF by area of triangle BEF. Students, observe, half into base into corresponding at any triangle. Any triangle you want to find area. So any side you can take base. If you want to take this is the base, this becomes height. Or you want to take this is the base, this becomes height. I want to take AE is the base of base AE. Height becomes what, Nana? This is what I told M, no? Yeah, FM. So FM becomes height. FM I can write by area of this triangle, BEF triangle. For that triangle you can take BF as a base or EF as the base, B as the base, but I want to take B as the base. Half into B base into, for this base FM becomes height. Already explained, obtuse angle triangle, no? So this is obtuse angle. That's why from B you want to draw perpendicular, that should be outside the triangle or an extended BE. That's why FM become the height for this obtuse angle triangle. Just I explained again. You want I can draw here, Nana. Observe here. Yeah, this is obtuse angle triangle. I want to find area of this triangle. I want to take this is the base. From here we need to draw height. No, we need to draw perpendicular to extended base. Extended base. So this is become the height. This become the base for this obtuse triangle. Okay. So what is that, Nana? FM. Okay. Students, observe now. Here half of get cancel. FM FF get cancel. What I got? AE by BE. Observation important. Area of this triangle by area of this triangle equal to AE by BE. Okay. So what is next construction, Anna? EN perpendicular is EN should draw EN. This is an EN perpendicular, and EC also should join. Okay, this is first result. Now next I will take area same AEF triangle and EFC triangle. Area triangle. What is that, Nana? AEF by area of triangle. So this triangle EFC equal to half into. Observe, students, for this triangle. Now I want to take AF as the base. You want to take AF the base, EN become the height. AF into EN by yeah, for this triangle any side you can take the base. I want to take FC as the base. Automatically EN become the height because obtuse no here, height is outside. FC into EN. Students, what happened on here? Again this EN get cancelled, half of get cancelled. What you got, Nana? AF by FC. I want to write this. Area of triangle symbol I forgot to write, no problem. Area of triangle AEF by area of triangle EFC equal to AE by, sorry, not AF, not AE, AF, okay, AF by FC. So important thing, now I want to see this triangle and this triangle will have same area. Observe, no? Triangle EFB and triangle EFC. So, I will draw. This is one triangle, no? This is another triangle. See, both the triangle the same base and will be same parallel. So B is parallel EF only. So that's why the two triangles will have equal area. I will write that. Which triangle, Anna? BEF, but area of triangle BEF equal to area of triangle BEF, no, CEF. Area of triangle CEF. What is the reason? Should write triangles with the same base, and between same parallel lines. Okay, so that is the reason. That's why these two areas are equal. So now EFC, instead of EFC, I can write BEF here in this equation. So I can call this is second equation. Now I want to rewrite the second equation. Second equation because numerator as it is triangle AEF only. But here I want to change this. Instead of EFC, I can write BEF, area of triangle BEF equal to AF by FC. So this is result 3. Observe 1 and 3. From 1 and 3. Observe. Yeah, 1 and 3 are same, no? AEF, BF, BEF, AEF, BEF, same. LHS parts are equal. Automatically RHS parts should be same. So that's why I want to write. What is the AE by BE? AE by BE equal to AF by FC. So hence prove this one only requires an important result. I can write hence proved. Students, what I proved Nana, in a triangle, if a line drawn parallel to one side, that line divide other two sides in the same ratio. This line divide other two sides, this by this equal to this by this. This is important theorem called basic proportionality theorem. Yeah, okay students, important note. Yeah, just what you got Nana? AE by EB equal to AF by FC. This is first result. Add one another side, you get another result. Adding one on both sides. So AE by EB plus 1 equal to AF by FC plus 1. Just in mathematical, adding one another side is called compound. Compound adding one. AE plus EB by EF equal to AF plus FC by FC. AE plus EB means AB by EF equal to AC by FC. You got another interesting result. I will show you here. First one, ABC is triangle and EF, this is E and this is F. These two are parallel. But the first result, AE by EB equal to AF by FC. Now you got one more interesting result, AB total AB by EF. AB by EF. Oh, something wrong. AB, EB, no, this one. Okay. AB by EB. Okay. AB by EB equal to AC by FC. Observe, AB by EB equal to AC by FC. So this is an interesting result. Okay. So this is important for us, and this is also important. Do one thing, another note. What you got Nana here? AE by EB equal to AF by FC. So reverse it, that is called invertendo. Invertendo means I will write here. That is EB by AE equal to FC by AF. This operation is called invertendo. Okay. Now for this invertendo, apply compoundendo, means add just one another side. I will write EB by AE equal to FC by AF. FC by AF. Now I want to add one other side. Okay, what happened? EB plus AE by AE is equal to FC plus AF by AF. Okay, see the diagram. What is the actual diagram? ABC. Here E and F are there. Okay, this is all this. Okay, EB plus AE means what? That is AB. AB by AE is equal to AFC means AC. AC by AF. So another important result you got. How to remember this? AB, this total length by this equal to this total length by this. So AB by AE equal to AC by AF. So this is the statement of basic proportionality theorem. This is the proof of basic proportionality theorem. Students, listen. First, what we did done? A line parallel to one side divide other two sides in the same ratio. For example, L is parallel to BC, divide other two sides in the same ratio means what you got? AE by EB equal to AF by F, proved. After that, another result we got AB by BE equal to AC by FC. After that, one more result we got AB by AF, AE equal to AC by AF. In this way, should remember. Okay, students. Second one is basic proportionality theorem completed. Now, converse of basic proportionality. Converse. Okay, already you know that what is the meaning of converse. A is tending to B means B is tending to A is called its converse. If A, then B is conditional statement. So this is called a hypothesis, this is called conclusion. If part is called a hypothesis, then part is a conclusion. If part and then part are interchanged, the new statement is will form. The new statement is called its converse. I can write like this: if B, then A. This is called converse of this. Okay, most of the converse of theorems will be true. Okay, what is the statement of BP? I will tell you again. A line parallel to the base divide other two sides in the same ratio. A line parallel to base divide other two sides in the same ratio. Its converse means if a line divide the two sides of triangles in the same ratio, the line should be parallel to third side. That is the statement. Okay students, that is converse. A line divide any two sides of a triangle in the same ratio, then the line is parallel to third side. Just now explain. Okay. Again I want to draw the diagram for that. So this is the triangle. So the triangle is ABC. Okay. For example, this is one line, say line L, dividing AB and AC in the same ratio. I will write given the line L is dividing sides AB comma AC in the same ratio. That is AP by PB equal to AQ by QC, given data. What should prove? Should write RTP. What should prove? What should prove? L is parallel to BC. This should prove. Okay. Proof. Now I am using indirect method of proof. Actually, there are two types of proofs: direct method, indirect method. So I will explain what is direct method, what is indirect method. Given data, after that required to prove, that is called conclusion, construction, proof. So straight away this is called direct method. By using given data, proving RTP. Taking given data, apply some logical steps, already established mathematical theorems, getting a conclusion, that is called direct method of proof. Indirect method of proof means we should take conclusion only. What should prove? Should take. We assume that is wrong. Based on that assumption, applying some logical steps, at a stage you get a statement which is mathematically wrong. Mathematically wrong statement you will get. At this stage you will conclude that what is our assumption that is wrong. Means given data only correct, given conclusion only correct. Okay. So this method is called indirect method of proof. So most of the converse theorems you can prove by using indirect method of proof. Actually, what should prove? Nana? L is parallel to BC. Indirect method of proof means what? We want to assume that is not true. L is not parallel to BC. So let us assume L is not parallel to BC. Okay, interesting thing is L is intersecting AB at P and AC at Q. If L is not parallel to BC, automatically through this point you can draw a line parallel to BC only, no? Or through Q you can draw a line parallel to BC only, no? So that I will write. Let L dash be the line through P which is parallel to BC, such a way that you need to construct a line. So now I want to construct a line through P so that this is parallel to be such a way that I constructed. Okay. Let it meet AC, yeah, AC at Q dash. So this is Q dash. Now what happened? I will write now. So what happened? L dash is parallel to BC. If L dash is parallel to BC, in any triangle, if a line parallel to one side, automatically that line divide other two sides in the same ratio. So that is from BPT, already established theorem. So what is our assumption? L dash is parallel to BC means AP by PB equal to AQ dash by Q dash C only. I will write. So what happened? AP by PB equal to AQ dash by Q dash C from BPT. Okay, so understood. For any triangle, if a line is parallel to base, automatically the line divide other two sides in the same ratio. This is L dash line. This is ABC. L dash line. This is Q and this is P and this is Q dash. That's why AP by PB equal to AQ dash by QC. So this is 1. But what is given? But given AP by PB equal to AQ by QC given. This is 2. So observe here, given data such a way that L is drawn. Okay. So I will write from 1 and 2. Observe 1 and 2. Their LHS parts are equal. Automatically RHS parts will same. AQ dash by Q dash C should be equal to AQ by QC. Do one thing, add on another side. What happened? We'll observe. Equal to AQ by QC plus 1. So implies AQ dash plus Q dash C by Q dash C equal to AQ plus QC by QC. So AQ dash plus C, AQ dash plus Q dash is AC only, no? AC by Q dash C. AC by Q dash C equal to AC by QC. Observe here. See, AQ plus QC, AC only, AC by QC. Here what happened? These two should get cancelled. So what I got? Q dash C equal to QC. Observe what is this? Q dash C. See, Q dash C equal to QC. Wrong, no? Because QC is part of Q dash C. How Q dash C equal to QC? So mathematical, we got a statement that is mathematically wrong, which is not true. Which is not true. Okay, because okay, what is that? I will, because yeah, QC is a part of Q dash C. QC is the part of Q dash C. Part is lesser than whole, no? Part is not equal to whole. So our assumption that is L is not parallel to BC is wrong. Therefore, given data only correct means L is parallel to BC, hence the theorem. Okay, students, this is our first example problem. Prove that the diagonals of a trapezium divide each other proportionally. So this is a trapezium ABCD. Okay, yeah, AB parallel to BC. For example, AC and BD are the diagonals intersecting at O. So now we want to put that AO by OC equal to BO by OD. Now I want to draw exact diagram. So this is one of the side of the trapezium. This is another side of the trapezium. Okay, this is non-parallel sides. Let this is A, B, C, D. So assume that AB parallel to DC. Now I want join DB and AC. Those two are the diagonals. Let they intersect at the point say O. First of all, I want to write given data. Given ABCD is a trapezium. Okay, yeah. in which AB is parallel to DC and the diagonals intersect at O. Diagonals AC and BD intersect at O. RTP means required to prove AO by OC equal to BO by OD. Yeah, you need construction for this. Construction. Okay. Yeah. Through O, draw a line L parallel to which is parallel to AB. Okay. Yeah, this is the line. Yeah, this yellow color one is the line L parallel to AB. If it's parallel type, automatically it's parallel DC also, because AB already parallel DC. So automatically what I can say that L is parallel to DC. Proof. Let L intersect AB, AD, not AD, and BC at P and Q respectively. This is P, this is Q. Okay. L is parallel to AB. Construction. AB parallel to DC. Given. So what is the meaning of this? L is parallel to DC. Okay. Yeah. Now, first of all, I want to take triangle ABD line. In triangle ABD, PO is parallel to AB. Okay. Yeah, I will write in triangle ABD, PO or L parallel to AB. Yeah, L means you can say PO also. PO is part of AB only, no? PO parallel to AB. Okay, see, again I want to draw a small diagram for this. This is A, B, D, here P, O, this is parallel this. No, I can use BPT for this triangle. Okay, AP by PD equal to BO by OD only from BPT. I will write this. So, AP by PM equal to BO by OM. OD, okay. So, in bracket I can say that from BPT. So, this is equation number 1. Okay, students. Yeah. Now I want to take triangle ADC. See, triangle ADC. So this total triangle ADC triangle. In this triangle, yeah, PO parallel to DC only. L is parallel to DC means PO parallel to DC only. I will write in triangle ADC. I will draw a small diagram for that. This is A, this is D, this is C. This is L actually. I can say PO is a part of L parallel to DC only. What I can write now? Okay, I will write PO is parallel to DC. So, AP by PD is equal to AO by OC from BPT. Equation number 2. Okay, from 1 and 2, see, from 1 and 2 LHS parts are equal, no? LHS parts AP by PV, here also AP by PV only, PD, sorry, AP by PD equal to AP PD. So for RHS should be equal, that is BO by OD equal to AO by OC. That is, what is the meaning of diagonals intersect proportionally. BO by OD equal to AO by OC. That's why diagonal intersects proportionally. Hence proved. Okay, next example, student. Actually, this is the converse of previous one only. In a quadrilateral, the diagonals intersect proportionally, then prove that it is a trapezium. In previous problem, trapezium is given, prove that diagonals are intersect proportionally. In a quadrilateral, diagonals intersect proportionally, we want to show that it is a trapezium. Okay. For example, this is the, I want a quadrilateral in the shape of trapezium because that should be trapezium at last. So this is quadrilateral. This is one diagonal, this is another diagonal. I will name it A, B, C, D is a quadrilateral. Diagonals intersect at P. So given that diagonals are intersect proportionally, no? That means AP by PC is equal to PB by PD. Okay. What should prove, Nana? ABCD is a trapezium. Or it is enough to prove that any one of pair of opposites are parallel. ABCD is a trapezium. See here, ABCD is a quadrilateral, Nana, here actually. It is enough to prove any one of the pair of opposites are parallel. That is my plan. Okay, construction. Draw a line K parallel to AB through P. Through P is not written here. That line should run through P only. Okay. So that is parallel to AB. What happened here? K is parallel to AB. If K is also parallel to DC, then from you can see that AB parallel to DC only. Okay. So proof. From triangle ABD, I will take ABD triangle first. Yeah. MP is parallel to AB. MP or K also, no? MP is a part of K only. Construction. So now I can use directly BPT. AM by MD equal to BP by PD. BP by PD. So from BPT. Observe, students. Instead of BP by PO, I can write AP by PC. No? Instead of BP by PO, I can write AP by PC because given. That's why AM by MD equal to AP by PC. So I can write given that AP by PC equal to BP by PD. Student, see here. From triangle ADC, in this triangle, so what I got, AM by MD equal to AP by PC means from converse of BPT, I can say that MP parallel to DC. Yeah, that one I will write. So from converse of BPT, directly I will write MP parallel to DC. This is result number 1. So construction is MP parallel to AB, no? But MP parallel to AB. Bracket I can write construction. from 1 and 2, DC parallel to AB. Therefore, ABCD is a trapezium. Or given quadrilateral is a trapezium.